This podcast is sponsored by Goldbelly, shipping America's most iconic foods nationwide. Make this Thanksgiving one to remember with the original turducken, the viral pie cakin with decadent layers of cake and pie, and more. Plus, Black Friday is the perfect time to pre-order unique gifts they'll rave about for years. Use promo code GIFT for 20% off your first order on goldbelly.com. Goldbelly, America's best foods delivered.
Welcome to Witchcast!
'Cause it's Witchcast!
I'm Emily.
I'm Kate.
And we're your co-hosts of this, the Witchcast Podcast.
That's right, we're your learning, growing, ever-evolving novice witches, here to explore everything under the woo-woo, esoteric, eclectic, spiritual, witchy umbrella.
And what a beautiful umbrella it is, really.
It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous umbrella.
And today, it's just the two of us, and we are talking about, healing spells and healing activities.
Health, healing, wellness.
We both kind of were, looking at that anyway, so we were like, oh, well, maybe other people are too. We'll share our research.
and isn't that really the whole premise of this podcast is, what we're learning, what we're growing, what we're curious about. We're bringing you along for the journey, so it's in real time, baby. We're sick. Aren't you?
Kate, you are so right.
But, of course, big asterisk, let's just get this out of the way. Obviously,
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Go for it.
We've said this a million times, but we're going to say it again. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and go see a doctor.
Yeah, we are not anti-doctors here. We are very pro-doctors.
Right. We think we're a yes and kind of couple here. We're very pro-improv in that sense of, if you are not well, if you are dealing with health things, only in the sense of yes and, not about don't invite me to your show. But go see a doctor. Western medicine is important, as well as, also, of course, seek out other modalities of healing too, but always talk to your doctor as well. Don't.
Yeah, totally. Don't, take any random herbs or supplements, even if we say something, even if we're like, oh, I take this thing. Don't just do it without talking to your doctor.
Right. And be careful what you are ingesting, putting on your skin,
yes, in this witchy alternative medicine world, there's a lot of people with a lot of interesting stuff, and you should definitely Google everything before you eat it or put it on your skin.
Multiple sources, published, legitimate sources. What is that, the Black Forger? Alexis, her name is, right?
Oh, yeah.
She always says, don't die. Don't die.
Right.
Make sure when you're, sourcing your, as we always say, fact check a million times.
Yeah, have fun and don't die. Wait, is it have fun and don't die? Just don't die. Just don't die.
I think she just
Please
says don't die. But we do think, it is nice sometimes while you are pursuing Western medicine, modalities of healing, to also look to spiritual means to help healing as well, because, it's nice to get all hands on deck in a way, I think.
Yeah, totally. I feel that so much. And also, sometimes sometimes folk traditions and stuff are based in things that actually kind of work in one way or another, even if it's just a placebo effect. If it gets you through a really bad headache, is that bad? Right.
Well, you could argue that a lot of Western medicine originated from folk practices, right?
A lot of this. Actually, what I want to talk about today is sort of the fine line between what is scientifically works and what it sounds like a spell or magic, but also kind of works because of science, or things that just kind of work or don't work because people.
Well, let's just dive into. Let's just use that door, Emily.
Yeah, let's just
tell us
what do you
want to talk about today?
Okay, so last week I had the worst migraine I've had in years. It was miserable. I literally only started listening to music again yesterday. Ugh. It's been 5 days of not feeling 100%. The first day was miserable. I actually had the full on migraine, and then the rest of the days I was just still sort of like, I still haven't watched any shows that require subtitles. I'm just like, no, I can't look that hard.
Wow, that's rough.
It's like, it's definitely one of the worst ones I've had. And they used to be worse, and like, they'd gone away for the last few years, and I sort of thought that maybe I was like, I don't know, free, but I was wrong. They were just lying in wait. Anyway, so as part of that, I like posted on my Instagram stories just being like, if anyone has any like migraine things that they do that they recommend, please let me know, because I need all you got.
Please help.
Yeah, SOS. It was just like, I'm not having fun, and I will try anything. But I thought it was really interesting, some of the stuff that came in. And also I ended up Googling after the fact, like, witchy solutions, just because, you know, I mean, sometimes, like, what you need as much as anything is to have your mind taken off of it, or like to have something to do other than, like, you know, I mean, you're gonna be miserable either way, so why not like make tea or something.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. Again, this is not a medical podcast. We are not medical experts.
Nope.
And just to be clear, none of this is medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only.
We
and
are comedians. We're like the furthest thing from doctors.
Based off of, like, even the things that I've researched, I read online. You know, like, so don't change your life over anything I say.
Like, yeah, purely anecdotal.
Yeah, so just like as a ground like laying the groundwork here, migraines broadly, I looked at the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, because I was like, what is a migraine? What is happening inside of my head?
Yeah.
So they say a migraine is a type of headache characterized by recurrent attacks of moderate to severe throbbing and pulsating pain on one side of the head or both. I think that they say one side of the head, but I think a lot of people have double-sided. Doesn't matter. The pain is caused by the activation of nerve fibers within the wall of brain blood vessels traveling inside the meninges. 3 layers of membranes protecting the brain and spinal cord. Now, I don't know what most of that means. But I have heard people say that they're caused by, like, narrowing blood vessels or, like, constricting blood vessels, which might be a simplified explanation of exactly what that says, or might be not quite right, but sort of, like, the closest thing I've got to visualizing it. If you don't know what a migraine is, basically it's a really bad headache. Untreated migraines last up to 72 hours, but usually like a day or like 4 hours at minimum if you're lucky. Other common symptoms include increased sensitivity to light, noise, and odors, and nausea and vomiting. And this was the first time I've had nausea with it, and it was so fucking miserable. And so, which is why I was like, I am going to have ginger. I am going to have, like, I don't have any other ideas. So I'm like, but anyway, so migraines via the Mayo Clinic, migraine causes are not fully understood, but genetics and environmental factors appear to play a role. It's like changes in the brainstem and its interactions with a nerve that I'm not going to try and pronounce, like trigeminal, a major pain pathway, they say, might be involved. So might imbalances in brain chemicals, including serotonin, which helps regulate pain in your nervous system. And for different people, just depending on the person, they can be triggered by pain, stress, tension, dehydration, hormones, allergies, certain foods, weather changes, etc. I think mine was possibly caused by the fact that it went from being like 30 to 55
oh my god
overnight.
These weather fluctuations are insane, and they're wreaking havoc, I think, on all of our systems for sure. Thanks global warming.
Yeah, thanks us. Way to go, humanity. Which I wanted to tell you all the things that they think might cause a migraine, because I think that it plays into, like, when we talk about what the different, like, possible things that people try are. I thought it was kind of interesting to see that some of them do actually kind of connect to the real source of, like, the problem. Anyway, classic options for treating a migraine are, you know, being in the dark, in silence, sleep if you can, take NSAIDs, like Advil, Aleve, whatever. Don't take anything. Don't just do something because I'm saying it right now. I'm telling you about how migraines work.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, but, you know, like, if you're allergic to Advil, don't take an Advil just because I said Advil. You know, you're all smart. I don't need to tell you this. Anyway, okay, so being in the dark and silence, NSAIDs, caffeine, antihistamines, sleep, and, like, actual prescribed migraine medications, which, like, there are out there, but I'm not on any of them, unfortunately.
Right.
All right, so then that's sort of, like, the classic set of things. There's also some supplements that some people recommend, and including some, neurologists, at least according to the internet. I don't know. And that's vitamin B2 and riboflavin and magnesium are supposed to actually help prevent migraines. And then some people say melatonin, but I think that's just because it's so hard to sleep when you have a headache and you're supposed to just sleep. I don't really like melatonin that much, so whatever. But okay, and then we're moving down into like, is this interesting? I don't know.
Oh, I think it's fascinating. I mean, I get migraines occasionally, so I find this fascinating.
Yeah. Okay, so actions that people said to take, or that I've heard before. I thought that this was really interesting because it kind of plays into like what's going on in your head physically, and also like your brain. So some things that I've heard, you've probably heard this before if you have migraines, but if not, people say like cold compresses or an ice pack on the back of your head. People wear like these like cool ice migraine caps, which I don't have one, but I am going to buy one online right after this.
I have one. It's super cold.
And then separately, people say to put your feet and hands in hot water, like not scalding, but like hot water. And the reason behind that is that like it's basically like for some people the pain is coming because like there's blood, like there's and not like it's not like your brain isn't swelling, but like there's more blood in your head than there normally is, and it's basically trying to like push it down into your body.
Interesting.
I'll have to try this is my understanding. Yeah, but like so that's why that actually might work, is like why it feels good. I mean, like it's like inflammation related. We know that much, so like ice is always going to help that. But yeah, I was shocked that a few people told me to put my feet in hot water, and I was like, all right. And I tried. Well, I just took a hot shower, but I was like, I think that helped. I don't know. Could just be that it felt good, but like fine.
Interesting.
People also say, and you could do a little sex magic here, to masturbate. Or to otherwise orgasm.
I have heard, yeah. I never want to masturbate when I have a headache, though. Like, I have a migraine.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's not a fun combination. But it's because of the serotonin. They think that serotonin imbalances might be related to migraines. And also it gets the blood flowing downstairs.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Never thought of that part.
But yeah, I agree. It's so hard to want to do that when you just want to be in the dark and
even
the sun
get
is your
there.
enemy. Right? People say, like, obviously mindfulness and stress relief, like, so meditating, that kind of thing. But, like, one, to, like, help you, like, be in touch with your body enough that you can watch out for signs and treat it earlier, or, like, start to identify causes, but also just because for some people it's stress-related. And then, so acupressure, like massaging the spot between your thumb and forefinger, there's like a little bundle of nerves there. Some people say that helps with headache. I find that, I don't even know if it helps with my headache, but I like the feeling of it. It does.
Yeah.
And that is always sore for me for some reason.
Yeah, it feels good. It doesn't do anything for me, though. I like it.
Yeah.
I'll never turn down a hand massage.
Right, exactly. Jaw massage. Some people have like jaw problems. So like giving yourself a little jaw rub. Also vagus nerve massages, which is like around your ears. You should look up how to do that specifically, but the vagus nerve like connects your head and your gut and all this stuff, and it's just like something that we didn't really talk about for a long time, but that a lot of, to my understanding at least, like Eastern medicine is based off of. Is basically, I
see it
like,
all over TikTok now. People are all about the vagus nerve on TikTok.
Yeah, people are very into the vagus nerve right now. I don't know, but I would love to learn more of the massages to see if it helps, because if it does help, great. And also, like, behind my right ear hurts a lot of the time, which is like kind of where that is. Or like when I get headaches, that's one of the places that it is.
Interesting.
So I want to learn those massage techniques just on the off chance that'll fix it, you know? Like,
yeah, why not?
A few different people wrote to me and said that they found that acupuncture or chiropractic, like one or the other or both, helped with their migraines. One of my friends actually said that they went to the chiropractor a bunch of times for it and didn't get migraines anymore, which is wild. I don't know if that's true. I don't like chiropractic. I actually, you know, I shouldn't say I don't like them. I had one chiropractor I really didn't like. The only time I've been to a chiropractor, I just did not like this lady, and they charged so much more than it was supposed to be, and I felt like I got scammed, and I did not like that at all.
I feel like chiropractors, it's a mixed bag. I think I'm like my godfather / uncle's ex-husband is a chiropractor, and I'm sure, I've never gone to him, but I'm sure he's amazing because I love him and I'm personally connected to him. But I'm also sure that I also feel like there's a bunch of chiropractors out there who are scammy, and I feel, and I've heard and read a lot of articles about people who have, you know, those videos you see where they like crack their heads and break,
Yeah,
you know.
it's like kind of dangerous,
actually,
right?
yeah, there have been stories that have come out that I've read of like people who've been paralyzed or gotten really severely hurt from those corrections. And then there are chiropractors who refuse to do those kind of corrections and are more into like different kinds of therapy. So just like any kind of practice out there, I'm sure there's different types. So yeah.
It's also,
careful,
I mean, this is an ironic thing for a witch podcast to be like, I don't know, but I think the guy who invented chiropractic said that it was told to him by a ghost. Like the father of chiropractic, like, that's the origin of it, which is like, I don't know. For me, I don't know.
I love that we're skeptical of that.
Yeah, it's not that I don't believe in ghosts, it's that I don't think they have good information about bones. You know what I mean?
Ghosts, yeah, that's funny.
I am afraid of them.
Yes. Yeah, we've established that. Yeah, that's so funny. I mean, no, I'm terrified of ghosts too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, I'm not jumping to go. I mean, I'm also not jumping to go to
Acupuncture?
What's not
No.
What's the one with the needles?
That's acupuncture.
Yeah, acupuncture.
Acupressure is the poking.
Acupressure I'm cool with. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm afraid of needles. It's not my first. I think I have trust issues. I have a hard enough time finding like a regular doctor that I'm like trust.
Yeah.
I just have trust issues with doctors, so.
I think that's extremely fair. A lot of doctors also suck.
Yeah.
Like I believe in medicine and I believe that humans are flawed, and I've had a lot of doctors I did not like.
Absolutely.
Or like especially, I mean, I don't know, but we're also a feminist podcast, and I think it's okay for me to say that there are a lot of shitty male doctors out there that do not listen to women at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just telling my new therapist the other day that my new thing is like, if a doctor, because I'll talk about this in a second, but I'm dealing with a lot of health issues myself. And my new thing is like, if my doctors, I'm dealing with a bunch of specialists, and if any of my doctors give me one small, tiny, slightly yellow, orange flag to make me think, I drop them. Because I'm lucky enough to be right now in an area that has a lot of practitioners. So I have, luckily, a lot of options. I'm very grateful and privileged in that sense. And I am not going to take the chances or entrust my care into any doctor who gives me any reason to think you're sus. Like, the vibes need to be 100% with my doctors.
Yeah.
I need to trust you. I'm entrusting my health with you. I'm paying you a lot of money. I am not going to waste my time if you give me any sort of ick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I basically have made it, I mean, I don't know, am I allowed to do this? But I like, my entire, like, every doctor I see is a woman under 50, just because I haven't had good experiences with anybody else.
No, I'm like, all my doctors are women right now. And a lot of them are women of color. Like, because I just, and it just happened to be that way. But I was seeing a couple men, and, like, they were terrible, and they didn't listen to me, and I was really suffering under their care, and so I left them.
Yeah, I saw it. Did I tell you? I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is a weird thing to share on a podcast, but here we are. We're doing it. You're all my friends now. I saw a doctor last year who was a man, but for like a herniated disc, and he ended up giving me like a steroid injection that like he was sort of like, yeah, it's not a big deal. Like you might have minor, like period stuff, but like minor, you know, like like you really shouldn't have any major side effects, but like it could disturb your period a little. I had my period for 45 days.
Oh my God, that's right. I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
And I called them and I was like, hey, I think something's wrong. I've had my period for most of the last 4 weeks. And like when I finally got the doctor, he was like, oh yeah, that's normal. I was like, that is not a minor disruption.
That's not minor.
You need to tell people.
Yeah. That's insane.
It's like my period was fucked for 3 months because of this guy.
That's terrible.
And he was just like basically like, I don't know what you're complaining about. It's like, well, that's why I'm never coming to you again.
That is awful. That is awful. 45 days of constant bleeding and period symptoms. That is like torture.
It was miserable. I hit like a dark point last February where I was just like so miserable. I was like, I wish I could just not exist for a month. Like I just want to disappear. Anyway, it's much better now, but that was tough. Don't do things just because the doctor says to do them either. You know,
advocate for your
Google
health.
them and like advocate for yourself also. Yeah, like
speak
multiple
up.
Research sources. Anyway, other things for headaches. People say you can get cupping at home kits that really work. I don't know. I haven't done cupping before, and I definitely haven't done it myself at home, but like...
I'm such a wuss. I can't even get like the Korean scrubs, man. I'm such a bad Korean. I'm like, no, don't rip off my skin, please. I'm such a wuss.
That kind of stuff hurts.
Yeah, my skin's so sensitive.
Yeah. I think you're right. And then some more, like, okay, we're moving into the more woo-woo stuff. Are you ready?
Yeah, yes. Woo-woo.
All right, so just trying to make yourself happy, like trying to find ways to make yourself happy, or giving yourself a brain freeze, people say, can help stop a migraine.
Oh.
If you try that and it hurts a lot, I'm so sorry. But what if it works? You know? This is my list of things I'm going to try the next time I
Where do you have to go but up, you know?
Right, yeah, exactly. It already hurts a lot. And again... not medical advice, right. Entertainment purposes only. Anyway, so some potions I saw online. I'm counting all drinks as potions here.
Yes.
So here's the full list. Tension Tamer tea, lemon balm and lemon balm tea, a potion of pineapple, celery, cilantro, turmeric, and hot sauce, Red Bull or Monster Energy, golden milk, which is a warm turmeric and milk drink. Green tea mixed with sage and ginger, water with a small sprinkle of Celtic sea salt and lemon or lime juice, and ginger ale for the nausea. I'm into it. Give me
those
all
all
the
sound
little
pretty
liquids.
tasty.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is about getting yourself rehydrated, but it's also like certain herbs, you know, can maybe help you relax or help like with your muscle stuff. But again, you know, if you're allergic to something, obviously don't touch it.
Yeah.
But I found ginger ale really helped with the nausea. And I was sort of like, I feel like there are TikToks where people are like, you know, ginger ale doesn't do anything. And then there's other people being like, fuck you. Like,
it's so hard because
that's medicine.
Ginger ale is like, I know intellectually it is mostly sugar, right? Like most mainstream ginger ales are mostly sugar, but it tastes so good. And it reminds me of childhood and like, when I'm feeling nauseous and sick, like little sips of it and some like saltines, it hits the spot. Like, yeah,
it was like, I felt like it brought me out of the worst of it.
Yeah.
But also there were a lot of different things I tried. I probably did what I'm telling other people not to do. I just put like a bunch of random shit in my body because I was like, please, this must end.
You were just trying. It takes a village. You're just like, all hands on deck.
Yeah.
You're just trying it all. Yeah.
So some herbs and oils that can help with headaches. Tiger balm, peppermint oil, rosemary, lavender, feverfew, white willow, betony, valerian root, arnica on the back of the neck, or, of course, the classic herb, weed, or CBD, depending on what's legal in your area.
Right, obviously. Yeah. Nice.
Kate, I told you this over the phone, but the other day, when I had a bad migraine, sometimes I'll take edibles, and I accidentally took double the dose that I was supposed to, and I went for a walk, not realizing that I had done that.
Oh my God.
And as I was walking, I became convinced I was having like a stroke because I forgot that I'd taken them.
I can't believe you left the house.
I know. I was walking up the block back to my house, and I was like saying the alphabet out loud to myself. I definitely walked past one of my neighbors who was like, "Uh-oh," because I was like checking to see if I could still talk because I thought something was seriously wrong with me, and then I was like, "Oh." And then I remembered that I'd already taken the edible earlier, and I was like, "Oh, I doubled up the dose."
Oh my God. Well, was the pain gone?
I think so. I definitely was like clinging onto the earth by my fingernail.
Yeah,
I was floating away. I watched not even Cosmos. I watched Planet Earth until Dan got home.
Amazing. Oh my God, you were alone?
Yeah. First I watched Bob Ross. I had to text him being like, "Where are you? Can you get pizza? Like, I need you to be home now."
Can you get pizza? That was the first thing. Then can you be home? I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. I was watching Bob Ross and laughing. Bob Ross is a great show, but it is not a funny show.
I think it's like when I'm really stoned and I watch Bob Ross, I'm just amazed at seeing these worlds come to life in front of my eyes. It's just Magick, how it's like he's casting a spell.
Yeah, and it
of a
was like
sudden,
every 10 minutes felt like an hour. It was like
Yeah.
I was unstuck from time. It was really like unbelievable.
That's amazing. I'm
So don't
happy
do
for
that,
you.
but I did get rid of my
Well, there you go.
Dan was like, "What do you want to watch tonight?" And I was like, Cosmos.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Amazing. Well, that's one cure.
That's one way. Anyway, so some snacks. Just a quick
leave your
aside
body.
that people say. Almonds are apparently supposed to help, and I think that's because they have magnesium. I think it's such a small amount that I don't know if it would really help. But I ate
Magnesium
a
is like
bunch
the
of
supplement
almonds.
of the year.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah. And then dark chocolate. Some people say. I don't know.
I've heard
Haven't
that.
tried it. Because it's so weird because with migraines, people are like, things that can cause migraines, caffeine, chocolate, and it's like things
But
that can
then-
help you solve a
Yes.
migraine,
caffeine, chocolate. Yeah.
So really, they are the cause and solution to all life's problems.
Yeah. Isn't that how it goes?
So moving into like the spells and rituals aspect, some cool things that I heard to do, and also just some more practical things. You can visualize your headache, like tell yourself what size and shape and color it is, and like trying to look at it from outside and move it around. And for some people, you can like shrink it. I tried doing this and I couldn't do anything, but I was
so
like,
hard
okay,
when you're in pain.
at least I know it's a red boat.
I love that, a red boat.
And then one was the blue Twitter logo for some reason when
Oh,
it
God.
came back.
Well, that's a statement.
That was just what it was. People say putting a little eucalyptus oil and peppermint oil in your shower and then letting it get steamy.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, and then the hot feet thing. Okay, Epsom salt baths, herbs, salt, Himalayan sea salt, like maybe some lavender, maybe some rosemary. People make okay, so I saw a girl online who made like a satchel with like ground cloves that she crushed up, or like whole cloves that she crushed to be like sort of partially, and then like put it in a little satchel with like some herbs and then a sigil or a spell, like written spell, banishing headaches to carry around, being like, headache be gone, but in your own words.
Yeah.
Some crystals that people used for some of these spells, amethyst and clear quartz were the big ones that I saw
that makes
around.
sense.
Yeah, and I felt like that made sense, like clarity, and also amethyst, historically in ancient Rome, was believed to cure hangovers, so why not
Right.
also other headaches?
It's very
Maybe it can
detoxifying.
absorb. Yeah. And then I saw, so headache be gone, like witchy baths, like, so it's instead of just like doing a little spritz of something in your shower or bath, like really, creating like a spell out of it, it's like you can, I feel like when you have a headache, lowest lift is always good, but if you have the energy to like make like a more of a, put a little more intentionality into it. People do like little spell jars combining herbs, crystals, salt, and intention, one of my favorite ones that I saw was someone doing exactly that, but instead of just putting it in a little jar or putting it in the bath with them, they made like a little water spritz with their, they use sun water. I feel like moon water would also be good, but like with some dried herbs and like smoking out the jar first, or the holder, and anything else that you think smells nice for it, maybe a little oil or something, and then using it to create like a water for spritzing around you. Like you do
Like a
perfume without
cleanse.
walking through
Yeah.
it. Obviously with that you don't want to do anything that can't be on your skin or like
Right.
like but it was just like to create a nice smell in your space, but also like with intention, and like something that you sat and like sort of saged it, and you brought in like some nice vibes.
I love that.
And then the last one on this thing, which is then going to lead me into one other thing that is so important that we just have to talk about, is if you wanted to invoke like a god or a saint. So there is a Christian saint, Saint Dennis, who is the patron saint of headache sufferers.
No way. I didn't know this.
Yeah. Or you can call on Horus, the Egyptian god, because he once had a very bad headache, which is what I'm going to talk about now. Because today I got down the rabbit hole of reading about headaches in magical and medical papyri of ancient Egypt.
Fascinating.
So this is just sort of a quick little walk around, but I thought it was a little more witchy, and I thought it was really interesting. I don't know. I just thought it was cool, and thought you guys might want to know it too. So I read this study. All of the info I'm going to share is from a paper called Headache in Magical and Medical Papyri of Ancient Egypt by A. Karenberg from the Institute for the History of Medicine and Medical Ethics, and C. Lights from the Department of Egyptology, University of Cologne from Cologne, Germany. And this came from an open access journal called Cephalalgia, which is original peer-reviewed papers that provides, quote, an international forum for original research and review articles on all aspects of headache and facial pain.
That is very official.
Yeah, it's like, I thought it was, I don't know, I'm telling you all this.
Way more legit than our usual sources.
Right, yeah. I want to tell you where the source is, because also I just, read it and then am just repeating their information. I didn't, I'm not really generating any new information here, so worth crediting my sources. So, in ancient Egypt, ailments were dealt with in a variety of ways, medical and magical or spiritual. So we know a little bit about how they dealt with different problems of the body and mind because we have a teeny percentage of surviving medical and magical papyruses or papyri. And so what we know is limited, but they think it largely offers sort of a nice little sampling of healing in ancient Egypt. They generally believed that headaches and most pain in the body was caused by demons, although also they attributed it to head injuries, but those could also have been caused by the supernatural or the demons that were haunting you. So it's like if you hit your head and you had headache pain, it was like maybe the demon made you hit your head and is in your head or like haunting you. Or the other reason that they believed people had pain was through poor digestion, which caused leftover pain matter to then circulate around the body. So their healing spells typically centered on calling on deities for help or otherwise banishing these demons. For headaches, the representative demon to be banished was usually a catfish demon because there was a catfish demon that once gave Horus, like I said, a headache so bad that he had to live in the dark for quite some time.
Oh, wow.
And then a lot of these things also use the magical principle similia similibus, meaning like will be cured by like. So they use the head of the catfish to heal your head.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was all kind of interesting. So here is a conjuration. This is one of. I have two spells for you. Well, one is a spell and one is medicine, but ancient Egyptian medicine. So it's also really just a spell. This is called Another Conjuration of the Head. That's its title from the papyrus that it's in. It's Papyrus Laden 1348 spell 7. If you're curious. So the person who's performing the spell will identify the sufferer with some major gods. So they're calling in some gods to help. And they'll say, my head, said Horus. The side of my head, said Thoth. Ache of my forehead, said Horus. Upper part of my forehead, said Thoth. And so they're identifying where the head pain is. And saying, like, hey, big, fancy, like, most important or powerful gods, like, help this sufferer. And then they speak as Ra to the sufferer. They say, let your head recover up to your temples. And then the sufferer has to threaten the divine tribunal. Stop it, Apopis. The back of your head is designed for the Timtlu of Ra. Oh, Nefertum, the back of your head will be the front of your head. Oh, Insief, the trunk of your body will be cut off. And then they end with an affirmation. My neck, however, remains firm when the divine tribunal is put into place. And this spell is to be recited over the tumpt loop of a snake, meaning a scepter made of snake, which echoes or is supposed to look like Ra's weapon. And this thing is placed in the hand, and then the head should be rubbed with it.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I thought this was really fun.
Awesome, yeah.
And then another remedy for pains in one side of the head. Skull of catfish are heated until they turn to ashes and then boiled with oil, and the head is rubbed therewith for 4 days. The first is magic again, the second is medicine, in case that's unclear.
Yeah.
And then they have a table of remedies listed in Papyrus Ebers 247 to 260 for the treatment of headache, and I thought that this was kind of interesting, so I'm just going to read you the whole list. So animal drugs. This is how they categorize it. Animal drugs. Catfish skull, perch bones, Sedontus fish skull, lady's fish bones, stag's horn, ass's grease, cattle fat times 2, or goose fat. Vegetable drugs. Roots of the castor oil plant, honey times 3, frankincense times 8, wax gum, reed, coriander seed, fruit of the carob tree, cumin, myrrh, fruits of juniper, lotus, and dill seed. And then they have mineral drugs, but so it's natron, malachite, clay, stibium, which they think is lead glance, and yellow ochre. And particularly, they noted that a root extract of the castor oil plant was said to have an excellent effect, innumerable times tested. Now, I should say just quickly before we wrap this up, don't go growing castor plants, though, because they can be extremely toxic. But, interestingly, when correctly extracted and safely extracted, the roots do seem to have, according to some studies, antihistamine and anti-inflammatory properties, and the oil is antimicrobial, or castor oil is antimicrobial, and versions of it are used in Ayurvedic medicine today, and you can find castor oil and its derivatives in some ointments and cosmetics. And one version of it is used in the manufacture of cocoa butter today. But again, do not drink castor oil. It is a laxative in small doses, and you can OD on it in larger ones. But I thought it was interesting. They were kind of not totally wrong. It is an anti-inflammatory. Just do not put it in your body.
Yeah, I was gonna say that list of herbs seems actually really kind of relevant. I mean, I also have myrrh on my list of herbs for healing as well. So that's so fascinating, and I love that we have access to these ancient papyri as well. This is so cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat. I was thrilled to find that, and so I wanted to share it with everybody.
Yeah, that's
and
super
that
neat.
is my extremely long diatribe on ways real and manifested real and magical to support head health.
Yeah. Oh wow, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I feel a lot better today, and I think that saying that Egyptian spell might have helped a little bit too. I feel really clear now.
The back of your head, you burned that catfish head.
Yeah.
That's so. I love that this spurred a whole journey for you. This terrible, terrible migraine of yours.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I started realizing that the line between do a little sex magic and actually you might need serotonin in your brain, that kind of thing is kind of neat. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, the line, like we said, the line between folk magic and actual medical science is very thin. Obviously.
Yeah. There are things that firmly fall on one side or the other, but there's also things that kind of fall in the middle of it might help.
Right. And there's relations. I think there's lines to be drawn between the two. There, and there's history there for sure that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Well,
totally.
so I want to continue the witchy thread because I pulled up for my research 4 spells that for general health that I would love to talk about, and these are more on the woo-woo side. These are not actual tonics or potions, but more kind of energy spells. So it's not really anything to ingest but for kind of manifesting health in different ways.
Love that.
So a little bit of background of what I've been going through without going into too much detail, but Emily knows this. I've been battling chronic illness for the first time in my life for about a year now. And it is awful. It's fucking sucks. And I'm sure a lot of people listening have different chronic illnesses. It's very, very common. I have a whole conspiracy theory about why a lot of people in our generations, Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z, between the ages of 40s to 20s, are being diagnosed with a lot of autoimmune disorders, a lot of cancers. I have so many friends who have some sort of autoimmune or cancer diagnosis. And I think it's because, especially, I can't speak for outside of the North America, countries, but I think we were exposed to a lot of plastics and artificial food dyes and GMOs and stuff as children that we don't know exactly what the extent effect it will have on our health until much later. I think these studies will come out later as we get older. That's my theory. Anyway, that's another podcast episode or another podcast entirely. But so for those of you who are interested, was diagnosed with this condition called idiopathic intracranial hypertension last May. Officially, I got my diagnosis, which I won't go into too much detail, but it basically just means I have an excess of cerebral spinal fluid in my brain. And so they don't know exactly what causes it. It's pretty rare. And it means I have to be on this really intense medication that gives me a slew of side effects. And I have to, it's a diuretic medication that I'm on. So I'm like, I have to try and like drain that fluid as much as possible. And the major danger of it is that like I can get permanent vision loss, because the pressure in my skull can push against my eyeballs and lead to, or optical nerve swelling. But the side effects of the medication, the side effects of the condition itself are what makes like day-to-day life hard. I also have been dealing with a lot of GI issues that I'm currently working with specialists to determine what's like going down with that. If you have questions, or if you also have IIH, or if you have PCOS, which I also have, if you want to DM me and talk about it more one-on-one, please do. But I won't go too far into it. But anyway, I'm currently seeing a lot of specialists. I'm working with a lot of Western doctors. But I recently was talking to our friend Andrea, the Rise Reiki, after I got like a Reiki session with her. And she was like, you're such a she knows what I'm going through, and like working on my health stuff is really hard. I fucking hate health stuff. I'm like, money things, career things, relationship things, like so easy for me in a lot of ways. But health stuff is like, that's just like something I don't really focus on. I don't know. I just have like a hard time with it. And she was like, you're such a powerful witch. Like, why don't you use your, spirituality and your witchcraft and your powers to help heal your body too? Like on top of all the other actual practical like science and medical stuff that you're doing. So it's something this was like conversation I actually had like several weeks ago, but I've been thinking about that. And so I'm like, okay, I'm still having a hard time. I'm still like day-to-day suffering. I'm doing all the things I need to do medical wise. I'm on a bunch of medications, but what can I be doing spiritually to help? And so that was like the impetus for me researching all of these spells. So that's a little background. Here are some ideas. Have not tried these yet. We'll see. I'm going to try some. I'll report back next episode. But these were from Llewellyn, our good friend Llewellyn. This was posted just recently.
Our personal friend Llewellyn.
Our personal friend Llewellyn. It's really the only online source I trust when it comes to spells. But I also believe, like Emily is saying, like you can make up your own spell. You can visualize. I have a really hard time with health stuff, like visualizing. Oh, visualize the health leaving. I have such a hard time with it, especially like if you're actively in pain, you're actively suffering. Like it's very hard to do for me.
It's so hard. Oh, I saw. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
this is such a little thing, but that reminds me that I saw. One person just said to like stir as if you're bringing in good health, like stir clockwise, and just like with the intention of like attracting good health.
Yes, like when you're cooking.
And I was like, okay, that's something I could remember to do.
Yeah, I try to do that like for everything I make, but I also usually stir in prosperity and good fortune and good health, and I should probably just stick to one. Maybe I could kind of like
per meal.
I kind of just try and stir in all of the stuff. But I love that. Definitely like stirring your intention with cooking for sure. Okay, so this first spell is called a Draw It Out Healing Spell. This is by Melanie Marquis, posted on February 6th of this year. They say, use the spell to help cleanse your body of baneful energies and spark healing. Take a washcloth dampened with cool water and rub it slowly over your skin, beginning at your face and then going down your neck, across your chest and down each arm, down your torso and down each leg. So I'm imagining they mean like very mindfully, kind of like washing yourself with this washcloth. Then boil the washcloth in a pot of heavily salted water. As the washcloth boils, drink a glass of cold filtered spring water. I mean, I feel like a Brita is fine, or, just like clean water.
No, you have to get it from the spring yourself.
Envisioning the refreshing liquid cleansing your body with each drink. I also saw another spell in this book I have, side note, real quick, called The Scent of Lemon and Rosemary by Rachel Henderson, which is working domestic magic with Hestia, which also was just like drinking a cool, clean glass of water and envisioning that cleansing you. So same idea. So drink this glass of clean, cold water, envisioning the refreshing liquid cleansing your body with each drink. and let the washcloth boil for a few minutes, and then turn off the heat and pour out the water. Obviously, be careful. Allow the washcloth to cool, and then wring it out and tie it into a hard knot. Then place this near your bed until the illness has passed. Then either dispose of the washcloth or run the washcloth through the laundry and then donate it. So I thought that was interesting. It's, again, like very little risk. You can't really hurt yourself.
Yeah,
and
right, yeah.
a nice physical manifestation of like kind of like clearing out. If you like have a bad flu or cold, you know, obviously for chronic illness, maybe this might, you know, feel like a little hard to do, but you know, just if you're working on a bug or something, I feel like this could be nice to kind of like feel like you're drawing this physically out of your body and you have something physical to then get rid of at the end.
Yeah, I like it. Baneful energies be gone.
Yes. Goodbye, Bane. I always think of Bane from DC Comics.
Goodbye, Batman.
Another one on that note is to keep from Thorn Mooney, which was posted back in 2021, is to keep away the winter illness. We're still in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Guys, we're still in COVID. I don't know if you forgot, but it's COVID's still around. Flu season, cold season,
How could I
RSV. It's all over. So Thorn Mooney writes, as the autumn holidays come to an end and winter sets in, whatever, they wrote this in December, many of us find us constantly on the verge of sickness. Aside from all those mundane things we should be doing to stay healthy, washing hands, getting a flu shot, staying home when we're sick, try this spell to help keep the winter bugs at bay. Draw a picture of yourself, happy and healthy. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be recognizable to anyone else, just as long as you know it's you, and place it on your altar. With a green or yellow highlighter, draw a circle around yourself in the picture and creating a barrier that shields you from seasonal illness. And say, I am comfortable, energized, and free from disease, so mote it be. And then be sure to drink plenty of fluids and wash your hands routinely. So I thought that was nice too, like creating a
Love it.
visual for yourself. This next one is for like a physical wound. So if you have a bandage of any sort, this is a bandage sigil spell, which I thought was cool. So if you have like, you or a loved one has a broken limb, or if you have a cut or something and you actually have like a bandage, this is a way that you can use a sigil. Okay, so this is by Astria Taylor. This was posted back in 2022 in April. So bandages protect cuts and scrapes on our bodies from the outside world as we heal. There are also blank canvases that we can use to help the healing process move a little faster. For this spell, you need a clear quartz crystal, a pen, a paper, and a bandage. Hold the crystal in one hand, imagine your wound is all healed up. If you don't have a clear quartz crystal, I don't think you need one. You can still just use your imagination and envision your wound healing. Feel how good that would be. Write down 4 words that describe that feeling. Convert them into symbols. We talked about how to create sigils in past episodes. So they're talking here, combining these symbols into creating a sigil. Meditate on the healing power of that sigil for a few breaths, and when that energy feels higher, draw the sigil on your bandage and place the crystal over it, saying, healing sigil, helpful sign, bring me back to health divine. After a few breaths, remove the crystal and go about your day. Whenever you see the bandage... Oh, actually, so you don't need to have the bandage on you. This could just be, like, metaphoric. Or this could be a bandage that's on your body, if you want to put it on your cast or whatever. So after a few breaths, remove the crystal and go about your day. Whenever you see the bandage, you can be sending your body that positive energy. When you need to replace the bandage, if it is on your body, redraw the sigil and charge it up with the spell. So I thought that was cool for, like, an actual physical wound. And then the last one, I thought this was really fun. It's Child Health Day, and it's channeling the health of a child. So this was posted by Emime. I don't know how to pronounce their name. Emyme. Posted in October of 2023. So they write, be healthy like a child today. Plan your day like a child with nothing to do. In 2021, this date was on a Saturday that they posted it on October 2nd. The first day of my transition from full-time employment to part-time with 19 days to do what I wanted before I started working again. I spent most of that time reading. My inner parent kept reminding my inner child of all the chores, projects, and obligations waiting for me, but my inner child ignored such ideas. Today, indulge in anything that makes your heart as happy as a child. After your joyful day, record all the wonderful things you saw, felt, and experienced. Offer thanks to the child in you. On this autumn day, allow my inner child to thrive. Whatever comes to mind, I will welcome it with the joy of a child. So I just like this idea of purposely channeling your inner child and trying to bring that health of a child forward. Of course, you know, children can be sick as well, but I think that is such a nice way to mindfully spend a whole day without any sort of adult obligations. Is like, that is a privilege, but I think if you can purposely try to have a self-care day like that, it could be very restorative.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like the health of a child, and also like, yeah, just like doing child stuff. I don't know. Wait, what was I going to say? It's gone now. But I like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It's a mental health thing too, right? And I think that's a big part of it, is that, you know, mental health and physical health are very much intertwined. And, you know, so I think like if you're able to give yourself a mental health reprieve, you can also, you know, help give yourself maybe a little bit of physical health reprieve as well.
Yeah,
that's
totally.
the ideal. That's the ideal. I'm trying to find this other thing because I just remembered. So my new therapist was just talking to me about these 7 different types of rest. I don't know if you've heard about this.
No.
But she was saying, we've been talking about like how to mindfully rest besides just sleeping. And hold on, I'll pull it up right now. But anyway, there's there's creative rest. There's social rest. Yeah, I'll have it right here. Boop, boop, boop. But anyway, she was talking about like, you know, how are there ways that you can restore yourself aside from just sleep and like be really mindful aside, you know, because I feel like we often like doom scroll, or just shut down. And so like being really purposeful. So there's physical rest. So any active or passive activity that improves physical health and well-being. There's mental rest, breaks that allow us to detach from cognitive or the invisible load of, you know, being an adult, being a parent, being a partner, etc. Sensory rest, that's allowing your mind and body to take a break from noise and overstimulation. So, you know, putting on noise-canceling headphones, turning off the lights, being in sensory deprivation. Creative rest, making space for creativity, play, and novelty outside of our daily rhythms and routines. I think it's also important for artists to do that without any, like, goal in mind, too. Like, just coloring or just painting. Just singing for the sake of singing, whatever your mode of creativity is. Emotional rest, exercising boundaries and allowing space to process our emotions. Social rest, taking time to recharge from others and curating quality social interactions that will feel rejuvenating. And spiritual rest, engaging in an activity that provides a sense of community, purpose, and belonging. So those are the 7 different types of rest that she sent me.
That's so helpful.
Yeah. Anyway, that just
I think that's,
popped into my brain.
No, I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Feel healthier, Emily?
I feel rested and healthier already. Yeah. This is a curated social experience for me.
This is, yeah. I always feel a lot more rejuvenated after our recordings, for sure. This is definitely like a social rest for me, for sure.
Do you want to hop right into drawing a card?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to draw a card?
Yeah. Do you want to do one of your decks or one of my decks?
I don't have a preference. The only deck I have close to me is my Universal Goddess deck right now. All my other decks.
You know, I feel like I haven't seen her in a long time. Do you want to?
Sure.
You want to bring her out?
She is always happy to. Mother's always willing to come out to play.
Oh, Mommy.
Mommy.
I like that deck.
I love this deck. The snow is so beautiful right now outside. We just had that storm.
Yeah.
The dogs have been enjoying playing with it, and we were walking them alongside the street, and these little girls who just moved in across the street have been playing in the snow all day, and I'm like, I'm so happy to watch them, like, not that I was like staring at them, but it just like reminds me of my childhood. And we were walking the dogs, and they came up, and they were like, "Can we pet your dogs?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And we were talking to them, And I was like, introducing ourselves, and I was like, "Oh, I'm Kate, and this is Matt, and we're married, and we're Bella and Max's mommy and daddy." And the girls laughed. They thought that was very funny.
I love that.
And I was like, "Well, it's true."
You know, forget having a day like a child. I want to have a day like a dog.
Oh, yes,
Those guys live the life.
total.
Although I think actually living a day like a child would be nice too.
I mean, I always say I would love to be reincarnated as a pampered house cat. Like, what a life.
Right? Oh man, they really live it up.
I want to make direct eye contact with my owners while I push something they own off a shelf. Like, that's just...
Why did I think you were going to say while they poop?
I mean, that too.
Cats do love to just stare at you no matter what, you know?
I would love to just, just be a beloved asshole.
No boundaries. Yeah, right. And that's the thing is, like, people love their cats even when their cats are just, like, so mean to them.
That's the thing. Like, dogs, like, you have to really work. Like, dogs love you so much. I just dropped all my cards.
Oh, no.
Cats humans really work for. Okay, real quick. The other day, I was shuffling the cards. I've been trying to draw a card a day. I have not been doing very well on that. But I was shuffling one of my decks, and the deck you gave me, and the Empress fell out. And I was like, okay, hi, I see you. And then I shuffled it again for a long time, because I'm going to just shuffle mindlessly. It's just like something to do with my hands while I'm sitting watching TV or whatever. Cut the deck, shuffled again, knocked 3 times, pulled another card. It was the Empress again.
Oh, damn.
I was like, okay, girl.
That's a deck that was trying to tell you something.
I know. I was like, okay, I see you. Gotcha. I will. So I painted a picture of her with my little watercolors. Because I've been trying to do more creative rest.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree. I think that it's so important to, like, sometimes I feel like your body or, like, your creative expression just wants to come out in a certain way, and it, like, has nothing to do with what you're doing in your life. Like, sometimes you just want to color or you want to draw a picture, and it's like, you gotta just do it or else it's just gonna haunt you.
Yeah. And it feels, I think, very restorative.
Yeah, it's like I feel like sometimes it feels like you're going to burn all your creative energy if you, like, use it on the wrong thing. But really, it, like, helps build the energy and, like, keep things flowing, you know? Yeah. I feel.
I think it's... No, I don't think that... I think it's not a I think it is a renewable resource, so...
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to go for it. Okay, I pulled the 7 of Cups reversed, technically.
Oh.
The description from the booklet says, "My eyes are closed. What I see and what I believe is only what I desire. Under the veil of illusion, I hide the utopia of a perfect equilibrium. I am Maya, the Hindu goddess of appearance." What does Biddy say?
Biddy says for 7 of Cups, upright, it's opportunities, choices, wishful thinking, and illusion. And for the reverse, it's alignment, personal values, and overwhelmed by choices. So, you might remember, like, in some of the more, like, classic style decks, it's like a man looking at 7 different cups that have various gifts.
Yes. There's, like, a fish coming out of one.
Yeah, totally, yeah. It's like, it's a guy who's kind of like, so many cups, what do I do?
So many cups.
And then that, to me, is just sort of how I think about it. I guess, okay, let me read a little bit of the 7 of Cups reversed from Biddy Tarot. So they say, the reverse 7 of Cups often appears when you face several different choices, and instead of choosing the option that might appeal to others, you are relying on your inner wisdom and guidance to show you the best way. You may come up with your own criteria to help you make decisions in alignment with your inner being. Pretty good. Interesting.
I love that. That's good.
Yeah.
See, so people are always so scared of reversals, but I think reversals are so helpful because sometimes it's actually a better, quote unquote, better reading than an upright, right?
Yeah, totally. And sometimes it's worth reading both and just sort of like getting the whole picture, I feel like.
Yeah, what resonates for you. Well, I think, that if we wanted to tie in what this card means to what we were talking about today for this week's episode, a lot of this, what we talked about is following your intuition and finding what works best for you. Because your health journey, your body is your own, right? And so you're going to know at the end of the day what really is going to... Whoop, my dog's barking. What resonates and what, feels good and what works best. And so, Western medicine or woo-woo, You know, you have to really follow your own gut, trust your own intuition, and advocate for yourself every step of the way.
Yeah, totally. And again, we are not a medical podcast, and this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
And don't put any herbs in your body without Googling to make sure they're not poisonous.
Right.
But yeah, I think the Seven of Cups tells you exactly what you were saying, Kate. I think that's perfect. And I feel like reversals in general, I always think of as like, it could mean the opposite, but it could also just mean like an internal interpretation of the like upright. Like it could just be like the self-reflection version, or like the, introverted version.
Yeah.
Working on yourself journey, instead of like the world. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I usually end up, especially if you get a lot of reversals in a reading, I tend to usually think, well, this must be a very internal journey you're going through. Usually. Yeah.
But it's true. Yeah. For a long time I was like, oh no, they're all reversed. Is my deck just upside down?
Right.
Maybe.
I usually like shuffle like crazy. I just throw them all on a table and go whoosh, whoosh. So,
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
yay.
I love this episode. I think this was really helpful. Hopefully this was helpful to you all. If this was.
It was helpful to me. I hope that you all at least have found something interesting in here.
Yeah.
And that you're feeling good.
Yeah. Hopefully you are feeling healthy. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself. We'll post a photo of this card on our Instagram, and you can follow us at Witchcast Podcast and find more info on our website at witchcastpodcast.com. And if you want to email us or reach out, please email us at witchcastpodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. Or you can always drop us a DM in the Instagram as well.
So true.
And
sorry, I was trying to just like hype you up a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to let you do the rate and review moment, because I know you love it.
Oh, yeah. I do love to do that. And if you happen to be out there, you're clicking around, you're on the internet, what if, hear me out,
oh my gosh,
you stopped for a second and you gave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Wow.
That's right. You heard me. I said Apple Podcasts.
Wow, what if?
Because you see, the thing is that could help other people find us.
Yeah.
And, to help grow the podcast and support the podcast and make us feel good about ourselves. Mm-hmm. And, that would be a really good thing to do, maybe.
It would be awesome.
So just leaving that little 5-star review with maybe a little comment about how much you love us and how much I really don't burp all that often, for example.
Yeah.
And you don't know what that lady's talking about. It was one time, okay?
And I feel like it just makes us feel more accessible and real. We're just like normal, regular human beings. Like we're your besties. We're your friends. This is just us on FaceTime with
Which
you.
Of course we are. Yeah. I told you so much about my life.
Yeah, we're so vulnerable and open.
I hope neither of us ever gets famous enough to have this clipped back in an interview at us.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I never want to have to explain anything I say.
I stand by it all. I stand by it. Okay. Well, we love you, and we're so happy that you
here.
Listened this far.
Yeah, you're really the best. Thanks for hanging out.
And until next time.
Hex yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.